We've told you before, the hot and dry summer has left an impact on local farmers and its crops, but it's also affecting our pollinators.
News 10's Madison Zaleski spoke with some local beekeepers to learn why and how.
Beekeeper Len Mullins says the hot and dry summer has really put a sting on the bees.
Without any rain, the flowers, the trees that provide them nectar and pollen, they are dying out sooner, which means that the pollen and nectar is not available.
This is just one of the reasons Mullins and other beekeepers have found their bee colonies in trouble.
It started into the winter with 7 hives and only ended up with 2. Now the spring honey this year, I think some of the beekeepers, depending on the location, they were able to get quite a bit of honey. But then as the hot weather set in, not so much.
Just on the other side of town, beekeepers Perry and Beverly Riley have also felt the same impact.
No honey.
See, there's no honey.
Last year was the first time the Rileys ran out of honey since they started operating in 2004. They even let me take a peek into one of the colonies. The Rileys plan to collect their honey soon, but they're not feeling so lucky this year.
I'd like to have two honey frames on each one this year. If I do, I'll be happy.
That's this year, but normally we have 3 or 4.
So what do beekeepers do when their hives are stressed out like this? They use sugar water.
We put essential oils into the sugar water, which makes basically a nectar, because that's what nectar is.
If we keep losing bees, the Rileys say it can have a negative impact on our environment.
Well, bees are responsible for a great deal of the food that we eat. They say about 75%, that's what they pollinate. If we lose bees, we're going to have some food that's no longer available to us, and that's not a good thing.
There are also a few ways you can support our little pollinators next season. You can do that by simply putting more plants in your yard and laying extra sugar water. Reporting in Terre Haute, Madison Zaleski, News 10.